Friends, Romans and countrymen, lend me your ears. I have come to bury Caesar. The very simple reason that he is deceased. And the reason he's deceased is because he got stabbed, didn't he? By a whole lot of noblemen, led by Brutus, who was his best friend, he thought. And why did they do that? Because they thought he was ambitious, because they thought he wanted to be the emperor, even though he said lots of times, he said to me, he made it quite clear to me, he didn't want to be the emperor, did he? No, but Brutus and that lot, who were very honourable men, saw fit to murder one of the greatest Romans that ever lived. Well, you work it out. But look, I've come here to bury Caesar, as I was saying, not to praise him. And the noble Brutus has told you that Caesar was ambitious. Oh. And if it was so, well, it were a grievous fault. And grievously has Caesar answered it, eh? Yeah. Here, under the leave of Brutus and the rest, for Brutus is an honourable man, as I keep telling you, and so are they all of them, honourable men, come to speak at Caesar's funeral. He was my friend. He's faithful and just to me. But Brutus says he was ambitious, and Brutus is an honourable man. Right? Best friend of Caesar, so he thought, stabs him to death. Honourable man, as I said. That's our Brutus. Now, Caesar, he brought back a lot of captives to Rome, whose ransoms did the general coffers fill. Did this in Caesar seem ambitious? But Brutus says he was ambitious, and Brutus is an honourable man. When the poor have cried, Caesar has wept. My friends, Romans and countrymen, ambition should be made of sterner stuff. Yet Brutus says he was ambitious, and as I said to you on a number of occasions previously in this speech, Brutus is an... What did I say? Brutus is an honourable man! That's right. Brutus is an honourable man. You all did see that on the Lupercal, I 3 times presented him with a kingly crown. I said, here you are, Caesar, here's a kingly crown. And 3 times did he refuse. Was this ambition? Eh? What do you reckon? Yet, Brutus says, you know what Brutus says, don't you? Brutus says he was ambitious, and sure, he's an honourable man. Eh? Best friend, stabbed him to death, yeah, right. I speak not to disprove what Brutus spoke, but I am here to speak what I do know. You all did love him once, and not without cause. What cause then withholds you to mourn for him now? Oh, judgment, thou art fled. The brutish breasts and men have lost their reason. Oh, bear with me. My heart is in the coffin there with Caesar, and I must pause until he comes back to me. Oh, methinks there's much reason in his sayings. Yeah, if you consider rightly of the matter, Caesar has had great wrong. Has he, masters? I fear there'll be a worse come in his place. Mark ye his words. He would not take the crown, therefore it is certain he was not ambitious. If it be found so, some will dear abide it. Poor soul, his eyes as red as fire with weeping. There's not a nobler man in Rome than Antony. No. Hey, now mark him, he begins again to speak. But yesterday the word of Caesar might have stood against the world. Now lies he here, and none so poor to do him reverence, O masters. If I were disposed to stir your hearts and minds to mutiny and rage, I should do Brutus wrong and Cassius wrong, who, you all know, are honourable men. I will not do them wrong. I rather choose to wrong the dead, to wrong myself and you, than I will wrong such honourable men. But here's the parchment with the seal of Caesar. I found it in his closet. It's his will. Let but the Commons hear this testament, which, pardon me, I do not mean to read. But let them hear this testament, and they would go and kiss dead Caesar's wounds and dip their napkins in his sacred blood. Yea, beg a hair of him for memory, and dying, mention it within their wills, bequeathing it as a rich legacy unto their issue. We'll hear the will. Read it, Mark Antony. Oh, the will. We'll hear Caesar's will. Have patience, gentle friends. I must not read it. It is not meet. You know how Caesar loved you. You are not wood, you are not stones, but men. And being men, hearing the will of Caesar, it will inflame you. It will make you mad. 'Tis good you know not. 'Tis good you know not that you are his heirs. For if you should, oh, what would come of it? Read the will. We'll hear it, Antony. You shall read us the will, Caesar's will. Will you be patient? Will you stay a while? I have overshot myself to tell you of it. I fear I wrong the honourable men, whose daggers have stabbed Caesar. I do fear it. They were traitors, honourable men. The will, the testament. They were villains, murderers. The will, read the will. You will compel me to read the will? Then make a ring around the corpse of Caesar and let me show you him that made the will. Shall I descend? And will you give me leave? Come down. Descend. You shall have leave. A ring, stand around. Stand from the earth. Room for Antony, most noble Antony. Nay, press not so upon me. Stand far off. Stand back, room, bear back. If you have tears, prepare to shed them now. You all do know his mantle. I remember the first time Caesar put it on. 'Twas on a summer's evening in his tent. That day he overcame the Nervii. Look, in this place ran Cassius's dagger through. See what a rent the envious Casca made. Through this the well-beloved Brutus stabbed, and as he plucked his cursed steel away, mark how the blood of Caesar followed it, as rushing out of doors to be resolved, if Brutus so unkindly knocked, or no. For Brutus, as you know, was Caesar's angel. Judge, O you gods, how dearly Caesar loved him. This was the most unkindest cut of all. For when the noble Caesar saw him stab, ingratitude, more strong than traitor's arms, quite vanquished him. Then burst his mighty heart, and in his mantle, muffling up his face, even at the base of Pompey's statue, which all the while ran blood, great Caesar fell. Oh, what a fall was there, my countrymen! Then I and you and all of us fell down, whilst the bloody treason flourished over us. Oh, now you weep, and I perceive you feel the dint of pity. These are gracious drops. Kind souls, what weep you when you but behold how Caesar's vesture wounded? Look you here. Here is himself, marred, as you see, with traitors.